only here at Global Integral Beauty. Global Integral Beauty magazine specializes in developing current issues in the health, wellness, and aesthetic sector, with exclusive interviews, innovative treatments that lead the market, professional information, and the latest news from the world of integral beauty.
I am a Yale and functional medicine trained women's health expert. My specialty is with hormones and energy and libido. I work with ambitious women and we get to tap in, tune in, turn on, and feel spectacular out in the world. And I'm really excited to pour into whomever is watching this. I don't even really know where this is being streamed or who's watching, but I'm trusting whoever it is. There we go. We've got share screen. Let's get this show on the road. Slideshow, voila. I'm gonna make this smaller, which means I won't see the chat if anybody has any questions while I'm going. But first of all, just thanks to the Global Integral Beauty Seminar for inviting me to join, for putting this on. Sounds like you've done a number of these, and I think I'm understanding, is this the first one in English? The others have all been in Latin America and in Spanish, so I'm excited to be a part of it, and yes. So like I said, my specialty is in hormones. What is CNM? I did my nurse practitioner training at Yale and I specialize in OBGYN. So I'm called a certified nurse midwife, MSN, Masters in Nursing. MOM means a mom. Yes, I have 3 kids, 10 and younger. And I'm also a CEO and a founder of a program called the Women's Vibrancy Code. I've got a podcast, lots of ways that you can tap in. So why do we want to talk about hormones? Well, this is me, I'm Maraya Brown, and I feel spectacular. And for a long time, I would say people would see me, they would see my skin, they would see my vibrancy. I've got a lot of energy, I've got a lot of love, I've got a lot of gratitude, and I look confident. And what happened was in fall of 2014, on the outside, I might have looked confident. I was running the women's health at a local functional medicine practice. I had just given birth to my second baby, so I had 2 young children at home, and inside I was actually exhausted. I felt trapped in my own body. I had aches and pains. My libido had been lost, and I didn't really know what was going on. And here I was as a women's health expert, and what did I do? I did nothing because I was afraid to ask for help, because I was the one that was supposed to be the expert. And finally, I did reach out for help, and I found someone that could really give me the hand-holding that I was needing, because we all get to receive support, right? No matter to what degree we are experts. And in my scenario, my adrenals and my thyroid had crashed. I had been overdoing it and doing too much. And so for me, it showed up as I started losing the outside of my eyebrows. I had body aches. I was tired, and I had lost my libido. And so why do I talk about hormones in the context of that is because hormones play a huge role. You know, I mentioned thyroid and adrenals. Yes, I'm going to talk about cortisol. Yes, I'm going to talk about thyroid hormones because they're all relevant. And in the context of our energy and our skin health and our confidence, you might see someone who looks va-va-voom, but when I look underneath the hood at her cellular health, at her quality labs, it might actually look like this inside of her body, right? And so I think it's really important that, of course, this is the Global Beauty, Integral Beauty Summit. We are talking about looking and feeling beautiful, but it's not just how we look on the inside. Yes, your healthy skin is directly related to your cellular health within your body and your hormonal health within your body. Your healthy hair is a direct correlation with what is going on inside your body. And there are lots of thin, seemingly beautiful individuals that inside actually feel exhausted. They have body aches, they have high inflammation in their body, they have no libido and no confidence whatsoever. And so the question is, can we feel beautiful both on the outside and on the inside? Can we have signs of beauty both on the outside and the inside. And so that's where I come in and I help support, and we get some good functional tests, and we're looking at your stool and your urine and your saliva and your blood to go, okay, you're an entire individual and it's all important, right? Of course you want to have great energy, not just from a bunch of caffeine or some medications. Of course you want great skin health, not just from the things that you're putting on the skin and the Botox that you're putting in your body, right? Yes, yes. Okay, so who are the players? We have estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, cortisol, and thyroid hormone. I should probably check a timer so I don't talk too much. Okay, what are some key things for you to know? Estrogen. Estrogen is considered one of the sex hormones. It's predominantly for women, produced in our ovaries. Yes, men have estrogen too. It's not just a women's hormone. And it is a proliferative hormone, meaning it helps create breast tissue. It creates healthy skin. It's directly related to our collagen production, okay? So if we want healthy skin and we want to reduce those fine lines and wrinkles, we want healthy estrogen, okay? It's also directly linked for women to your vaginal integrity. So for the women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, as estrogen levels start to decline from the production that would be coming from their ovaries, that doesn't mean you don't have any, comes from other places. Our adrenals being one of them, but estrogen is directly linked to the suppleness, the vaginal flora, and the vaginal integrity of the tissue, okay? Progesterone. Progesterone is produced when we ovulate. Okay, so a woman ovulates, it's considered the main event. Then our body produces progesterone, and if we don't get pregnant, we have a menstrual bleed. Okay, now outside of just the menstrual cycle, I think of progesterone as like satin. It's soft, it's soothing. It helps us sleep well. It helps take the edges off of our irritability as women, okay? It helps us calm down. It's a smooth muscle relaxant, okay? It helps maintain pregnancy if a woman wants to become pregnant. And once again, when we produce progesterone, it's because we've ovulated. So for a woman who's not ovulating regularly or is on a prescription, such as the pill or the patch or the Mirena or the implant, the arm implant, and they're getting progestin, which is a synthetic progesterone that is not like the progesterone in our body, the depot shot, it can throw off our hormones, okay? Or if she's not ovulating because she has PCOS, struggling with infertility, going through that chapter of perimenopause or into menopause, now progesterone goes down, okay? And a woman is having struggles with her sleep. As you can tell, I mainly work with women. So for the men out there, I'm sorry, but much of this does affect you as well. But I do speak to women. So for the progesterone, if it's down, we're gonna feel a little bit more irritable, a little bit more sad, and like just sharp around the edges, and we won't be sleeping well. Testosterone is a hormone that we all know, okay? Men and women both love it. It brings confidence, it brings libido, it brings energy. It's produced when we sleep. So if your testosterone is low, it tells me you're likely not sleeping well. It's produced when we're doing weight-bearing exercise, okay? And it is directly linked to our confidence. So if you're here attending this seminar because you want to look and feel more beautiful, then from a hormonal perspective, we want to help support all of those sex hormones, okay? Cortisol. Cortisol is the hormone of fight, flight, or freeze, okay? A wildebeest is coming. A lion's coming. I'm going to fight hard. I'm going to run fast. I'm going to freeze, right? Or I'm looking at my bank account and I don't have enough money to pay the bills. Or I'm watching a scary movie. My palms are sweating. My heart is racing. Ah! Cortisol is being produced, whether it's real or imagined. If we're just imagining a tragedy, we're watching the news and seeing the numbers through the pandemic, cortisol is being produced, okay? And that is putting us in fight, flight, or freeze, which is the opposite of calm, safe, digest, okay? So for an individual who is high stress, producing a lot of cortisol over time, the stress level goes up, which will then impact the sex hormones. So now estrogen goes down, testosterone goes down. Often a woman won't ovulate. Her experience of her 40s and 50s is like, she's having hot flashes and she's not sleeping and she's putting on extra weight and she's feeling stressed out and then she's not digesting her food. And so she comes to me with bloating and low energy and putting on extra abdominal weight and just not feeling well, okay? So there's lots of players and they don't exist in a silo. They're not just out there working by themselves, they are a cohesive team, okay? And there's lots of hormones, but these were just the top 5 that I really wanted to highlight. Our thyroid hormones. Our thyroid exists here in our throat, right behind your Adam's apple. The thyroid is going to regulate your heart rate, your respiratory rate, your metabolism, okay? It's going to impact, do you feel hot? Do you feel cold? Help you lose weight if you're wanting to lose weight. Help you keep weight if you're wanting to keep weight. Helping you sleep. Your menstrual cycle is impacted by your thyroid hormone. Your mood is impacted by your thyroid hormone. If you're a woman who has strange rashes, aches and pains in her body, you're losing the outside of your eyebrows, you're struggling with constipation, just feeling kind of sad and tired throughout the day, I think thyroid, okay? So these are all hormones that I want you to be somewhat familiar with and know that they're all a team, okay? They all are working together. And so what are the typical solutions? Well, you know, like I said, I went to Yale, I can have a private practice, I have my prescriptive authority, although I don't use it hardly at all, okay? So what are, generally you go to your provider and they're like, here's a pill, here's a prescription, right? Or let me draw some more blood. And then you go and they've drawn some blood and they're like, your labs look normal. And so women come to me and they say, I don't feel normal. I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I don't recognize who I see, okay? And I've gone to my provider and they've ordered some blood tests, but the blood tests, they tell me everything looks normal. And so then I'm just sitting here trying to make it through my day and I'm tired and I want to feel connected and I want to feel beautiful and I want to feel passionate and I want to feel confident, but I don't. And so then they're going to order some imaging and they're going to order more tests. And I can't tell you how many, actually men and women come to me and they say, I've seen every provider. I've seen an acupuncturist. I've seen a naturopath. I've tried diet changes. I've tried all these pills. I've tried prescriptions. And I still just don't feel like myself. And so how can we actually move the needle so that we feel energized all day long? We have skin health, not just from the things that we're putting on and the aesthetic steps that we're taking, but actually from inside the body, from our cellular well-being. How do we exist with confidence? Because it's not what we say or what we do, it's how we make people feel, okay? We all know we can be in a big room of people and somebody walks in, no matter what clothing they're wearing, no matter how beautiful they are, if they've had their hair done, if they exude confidence, if they exude passion, and it just comes from who they are and how they walk in the room, we can acknowledge that as beautiful. And it is magnetic and we are pulled to that individual, okay? So what I want you to know and really hear is, yes, we can do the things to try to feel more beautiful from the outside and get our hair done and our nails done, and some might do some aesthetic stuff. I think that's being talked about in the midst of this event. We can also address our cellular well-being. Okay, so we can move the needle with the food that we're eating, the supplementation that we're adding that's personalized, not just go get any supplement off of the counter, right? Sometimes it's medications. In my world, it's rarely a medication, okay? And we can look at, who am I being? When I look myself in the mirror, who am I seeing? Okay, so mouth, eyes, and heart. If we break it down into those 3 categories, what do we want to change with what we put in our mouth? Okay, what I want to tell you is what goes in your mouth is a lot of water, a lot of fruits, vegetables, berries, nuts and seeds and sprouts, and an ample amount of protein. Okay, what things did I not say? I did not say sugar and alcohol and caffeine and processed foods. I did not say a lot of dairy. I did not say a lot of gluten, okay? Now for some that might go, too much. I don't even know what you're saying, too much. You start with one thing, okay? Can you make little shifts with what is going into your mouth? Because what I can tell you is if it's going into your mouth, it either serves you or it doesn't. And your food is your medicine, and your medicine is your food, okay? So drink more water, my friend. Can you take out the soda? Can you take out the alcohol? Can you reduce the soda? Can you reduce the alcohol? Can you reduce the caffeine? What is coming out of your mouth? Are you speaking your truth? Because here's the deal. Our thyroid, it exists right here in our throat, the place of our truth. And what I know to be true is many women, we will go and do and serve, and it's okay. No, I don't like to receive. I'm good. But are we speaking our truth? Are we standing up for what is true for ourselves? And so if we acknowledge what goes in and out of our mouth makes a big difference for our energy, for our skin health, for our confidence, from a hormonal standpoint, right? Because if we're decreasing inflammation and we're helping our gut function at its maximal capacity, when we're feeding our body good food, the hormones kick in and our confidence kicks in and we feel proud of the decisions that we've made, and now we're sleeping better. Can you see how it's all connected? Our eyes. I mentioned earlier, when you're standing in front of the mirror, through what mind's eye do you choose to see yourself? Do you look at yourself and do you speak in ways that if you have a daughter, you would never let her speak to herself that way? Or do you choose to look in the mirror and you say, I'm confident, I am beautiful. Those stretch marks on my hips, they represent 3 beautiful babies that I have raised and grown in this spectacular body. Do I look at my smile lines on the outside of my life, on my eyes, and say, absolutely, look at that. I have lived a good life. I've made amazing choices and I've served greatly in the world, okay? Through what mind's eye do I see myself? And through what mind's eye do I see the world? Can I shift and say, okay, I'm feeling a little bit down. I'm not feeling so confident. All the who am I stories are showing up. Who am I to do this XYZ thing? I have a hard time with receiving. Oh, I don't know if I'm worthy of investing myself. Prioritize myself. Oh, I don't know. Versus, oh, absolutely. I choose to give myself permission to feel gratitude. I choose to give myself permission to feel spectacular and receive the abundance that I'm asking for. Because we get to state the intention and then pay attention. I want more abundance. I want more love. I want more belonging. I want to lose weight. I want to feel more beautiful in my body. I want to have more energy. I want to have more libido. Well, what if you shift your gaze? Because it's there, my friend. Right now, you can feel grateful for the air that you're breathing and the lungs that are taking in that air, the heart that's beating and sending that oxygen through your body. You can take a pause right now, and if you have a window, you can look outside and feel grateful for the beautiful sky that's out there and the sunshine that chose to rise today and is there shining on your body. And so can you see, my friends, how it's all related? Okay, our heart. What goes in and out of our heart? We are the byproduct of the 5 people we spend the most time with. Who are you associated with? Okay, what are you watching on TV? What social media channels are you scrolling around and scrolling and watching, okay? Do they serve you, and are they pouring into your heart to make you feel more confident and feel more hopeful about the future and the life that you're creating? Because what I know to be true is first inside, then outside. Meaning, first I believe it. First I create an affirmation. First I take the step. I believe it to be true, and then it happens. Okay, first inside, then outside. And as we make these changes with diet and nutrition and personalized supplementation, and we choose to surround ourselves with others that are hungry to feel beautiful and hungry to have energy and hungry to have confidence, community breeds community. And we go, woo, yes, that is my reality. That is what's coming into my eyes. That's what's coming into my heart, and what is going out of my heart. Do I share gratitude? Do I share love every day? Am I doing what lights me up every day? Am I getting outside? Am I spending time in nature? Okay. Am I being choiceful with who I surround myself? So what is in your cup? It's not just what cup are you holding? What is inside? What are you drinking? What are you consuming? From a literal standpoint, this, my friend, is not coffee. This is my adaptogen elixir that I'm holding, and I have my ember mug that keeps it 141 degrees all day long, so I never have to go, I have my tea and it's not hot anymore. For me, that's important. Here, I have my water, and on it is written the word love. And there's my beautiful rose quartz crystal shard, because for me, and it's filtered with the Berkey filter, this is important to me. Okay, so what is in my cup? What is in my cup? And is it filled up? Am I taking a pause to put my oxygen mask on first? Am I taking a pause to repair the cracks in the mug, or am I filling it up and it's leaking out and I don't have time? Because what happens with the women that come to me is they're ambitious. They say, I want to feel spectacular, but they tend to go and do and run their businesses and serve their community and show up as moms and wives, and they don't take the pause to mend the cracks in their cup. So what is in your cup? And what do you want? Because here's the deal. You could wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning with a list of symptoms that you are struggling with. Okay, low energy, vaginal dryness, more wrinkles, you're putting on weight specifically in your abdomen, bloating, whatever it may be. And I could at 3 o'clock in the morning go, all right, here are the tests we want to order. I want to look at this saliva test, this urine test. I want you to make these adjustments with your diet. Here's a personalized supplement. But will you take action? And what propels action is, what do you want and why do you want it? So I encourage you today to think about, what do I want? I want to feel more beautiful. Okay, why do you want that? Well, when I feel more beautiful, I feel more confident. Okay, why do you want that? Ask yourself why at least 3 times. Okay, why do I want to feel more confident? When I feel more confident, I'm more productive. I get more done. The work that I do and the way in which I serve people feels like it's a higher vibration. Okay, why is that important? Well, then they receive what it is that I really want them to have. And then I finish my day and I feel fulfilled and I feel proud of myself and I feel like I'm making a difference in the world, okay? Now that, my friend, will help propel you. What was it I said at the beginning? I want to feel more beautiful. Okay, and if I give you some recommendations of, here's a protocol that you're going to do, and here's some tests, and here's a community, and here's a free podcast, and here's a YouTube, you're not going to take the steps unless you know why. So your job is to fill up your cup, get clear with, what are you drinking? Get clear with, what do I want and why do I want it? Why do I want that? Why do I want that? And then you get to find your who. Who is the expert in the world that can give you the hand holding to help you with your hormones, to help you with your energy, to help you with your confidence, because you know what you want and you know why you want it. And there are bazillions of experts in the world. Oh my gosh, in the online space these days, I'm like, how does any consumer make a decision? Because next thing you know, everybody's a coach in the world and everybody's the next expert. So you get to find someone who has a track record, who has credentials, and your intuition says yes. And then you allow yourself to receive and you let them be the who that gives you the roadmap to your what, because you know your why. So just to finish it up, hopefully you're clear on some steps that you can take, right? You know a little bit more about estrogen and progesterone and testosterone, cortisol, your thyroid hormones, okay? We've talked about the importance of not just looking good on the outside and feeling good on the outside, but also paying attention to what's happening on the inside. So if you're someone who's like, yeah, I do want to feel more energy, I do want to feel more beautiful, I do want to feel more confident, and I've tried the pills and I've tried the providers and I've tried the blood tests and it's not working. and I am hungry. You're welcome to go to marayabrown.com. I didn't put this on here, but my podcast is the Women's Vibrancy Code. I encourage you to, if you listen to podcasts, go subscribe, listen. There's a lot of great content. You're welcome to follow me on Instagram. It's @_Maraya Brown _. There in my bio, I have a couple free resources. One of them is free adaptogen elixir recipes. I encourage you to grab that, drink them every day. Adaptogens go in and help the body better adapt to stress. They will help your hormones, they will help your energy, they will help your stress, your sleep, your confidence. I can't say more. I also, if you reach out to me, I have a free food facials protocol. If you're someone who's like, okay, I do want to pay attention to what I'm putting on my skin. And if it absorbs through my skin, if I wouldn't eat it, why would I put it on my skin? So I have a facial with food that you can grab. And then this, marayabrown.com/menstrual-tracker. For the women that are watching this, I made this special just for this event. Go to that site, marayabrown.com/menstrual-tracker. Download the tracker. This is a way for you to start paying attention to, here's the deal. We are dynamic, ever-changing beings as women, okay? We are not meant to eat the same thing at different times in our 28-day moon cycle, whether or not you're bleeding. If you are, it makes it a little bit easier. We're not meant to have the same confidence, the same libido, the same desire to socialize, the same creativity. It just doesn't work that way. The moon pulls tides, it pulls us as well. Our hormones change throughout the month. So when you grab the menstrual tracker, you have a way to kind of keep track of, when is my confidence the strongest? When do I feel the most beautiful? When is my libido the strongest? When do I have more bloating? When do I have more constipation? When do I have more body aches? And then you can, you'll get some emails to kind of help you know how to utilize it. You're also welcome to just reach out to me. We can figure out a way to go over it, and I can help you personalize a plan. I do have a number of different offerings. I mean, there's a year-long deep dive where I'm going to order your labs and we're going to dig in there and really help you feel spectacular. I host in-person retreats. There's also a membership where you can do it in your own timing and have access to live Q&A a couple times a month. So just know that there's a lot of options. You've got a number of resources here. You're also welcome to simply reach out to me, and I would love to connect with anyone and everyone that's here in the space. With that, any questions? I think I'm done.
Join our networking event with an annual membership that includes incredible benefits for you, only here at Global Integral Beauty. We are happy to announce that an award ceremony will be held in New York City in 2023 that will bring together the best of the international industry. Global Integral Beauty Expert Awards will honor the achievements of global leaders and professionals in the health, wellness, and aesthetics sector. Each year, Global Integral Beauty will identify new experts who have impacted and transformed the integral beauty industry with their exceptional track record and multidisciplinary work to enhance the positive image of the integral beauty industry.